Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rhiana for those who do not know me, and today I'm going to be discussing 10 things that I have learned since becoming a mom. Milana is almost 13 months, so we just celebrated her birthday a couple weeks ago, and actually my birthday is tomorrow. I'm gonna be 23. It's like interesting because we have really close birthdays, and I feel like with her birthday brought a lot of reflection, and with my birthday it's bringing a lot of reflection. So I thought I would just share my thoughts with you guys and just share what I've learned. So without further ado, let's get into the video. One thing that I learned through being a mom is that no amount of preparation will truly prepare you. And this is coming from someone who spent basically her entire pregnancy Googling, literally everything there is to know about being a mom. I would watch endless YouTube videos, read endless blog posts, constantly be searching stuff on Pinterest. And I remember coming into it thinking, oh, like, I got this. Like, I've done my research, I know what's going on. And wow, every kid is different, every mom is different, everyone's situation is a little bit different, and you just don't really know how things are gonna go until they happen, and you just kind of have to roll with the punches. That's one of the beauties of motherhood, I think, is that you are constantly learning as you go. Even now, I'm sharing 10 things that I have learned, and I know within the next year I'm gonna have a ton more. I like the idea of constantly learning and constantly becoming a better mom for her. Second thing I learned was not to care so much about what people think. And this is something that I feel like it's just important for anyone to learn, no matter where you're at in life, whether you're a mom or you're not a mom. When I was pregnant, I really cared about what people think, so much so that I didn't even share my pregnancy at all on social media, and I kept it really private. And I said it was because I really, wanted my privacy, but truthfully, I really cared about what people were gonna say, what people were gonna think, because here I am, an unmarried college student who just became pregnant, I knew it didn't look good. I remember coming home from the hospital and, I don't know if it was the hormones or what, but I was like, I don't even care anymore because I have the most beautiful baby girl and I just want to tell the world. And it was honestly one of the most liberating experiences of my life because I didn't know how much power that fear had over me. And so to be able to let that go was like, it was just amazing. Another thing that I have learned is not to compare myself to others, and specifically other moms. I follow a lot of amazing moms on YouTube and Instagram, and I love that social media has allowed us to connect with so many people the way that it has. But at the same time, it does open up a lot of room to compare. And I think this is just kind of a struggle that a lot of people have with social media in general, because you're seeing people's perfectly curated lives and you're thinking, this is not what my life looks like, this is not how I'm raising my baby, or my baby isn't as advanced, maybe I'm not doing enough. If you constantly are comparing yourself to others, you're just going to get in a really deep, dark hole. And the truth is, we were not created to be someone else. We were created to be ourselves. And so my mothering style, my parenthood style, whatever you want to call it, is going to look different than someone else's, and that's okay. We all have our days, we all have off days, and that's okay. But yeah, just to kind of focus on your own journey and not so much about trying to make your life look like someone else's. Another thing that I have learned is that sleep schedules are life-changing. When Milana was a newborn, she did not want to sleep. The only way she would sleep is if I was holding her. And so you can imagine the first month, I got little to no sleep. I probably averaged about 2 hours a night. And that's like collectively, like not even 2 hours in a row, like 30 minutes here, 20 minutes here. Ooh. I honestly did not put that much thought into like a sleep schedule before Milana was born, what they need. And yeah, there was a lot of sleeping during the day and partying at night, if you know what I mean. So it was challenging. But I finally decided to sleep train Milana and get her on a sleep schedule around 4 months. I remember the first time I slept through the night, it was just like, can you hear? It definitely wasn't always easy, and there's definitely several ways that you can go about sleep training. Putting Milana on a sleep schedule was just literally life-changing. Like, I felt like I got my life back, I got my sanity back, I got some of my like freedom back. I definitely would recommend it to literally anyone, especially if you're losing your sanity, because that was me. But yeah, so sleep schedules are amazing. Another thing that I learned was flexibility. I did not realize how much I loved control until I became a mom. I didn't know how much I loved my independence. I didn't know how much I loved having a routine, a set schedule, and like being able to like have control over like what I'm doing, what I accomplish that day. Basically, when you have a baby, you have to learn to basically let that go. There's gonna be times when they don't want to take their naps, and even though that's when I would be getting my homework done, I have to be like, okay, like we're gonna have to readjust and take a deep breath. Things just don't always go to plan, and you can't have control over like a tiny little human. So, you have to just learn to be flexible and to adjust. Maybe I'll get my homework done the next nap time, or maybe I'll have to wait till Nestle gets home from work and then I'll do my homework in the evening. Maybe I don't do laundry that day, it's okay. Just stuff like that, like learning to adjust and be flexible. And that's something, honestly, like I still like have to do every once in a while, because sometimes I just don't get the things done in a day that I wish I did. Still learning, but it's an important thing to learn for sure. Another thing I learned was taking care of myself will help me take better care of Milana. I feel like a lot of times moms feel guilty for putting their needs first, or taking care of themselves at all. I think this is something that, when you really think about it, if you take better care of yourself, your physical health, emotional health, mental health, you're going to be able to be a better partner, a better mom, a better friend, a better sibling, you name it. And this is something that I have definitely learned throughout the last year. Even at the beginning, it could be as simple as me giving Milana to my sister for like 15 minutes and taking a shower, doing my skincare, and like it seemed simple, but like literally that, I looked forward to that every single day, and I like took the time to really like appreciate just being able to take care of myself, because I was spending all of my time and all of my energy taking care of someone else, which can be really draining. There's a quote that I'm sure all of you guys have heard where you can't pour from an empty cup, and this is definitely true with motherhood, and it's something to take seriously, because the less, at least in my experience, the less I would prioritize myself and the less I would take care of myself, just the quicker I became irritated, just the more empty I felt. And even now, like having that time in the mornings to like do devotions and to get a little workout in and to do skincare, like do a face mask, every once in a while, those things literally make such a difference, and it feels so good to be able to take care of myself and do something for myself, because the majority of my day is spent watching and caring for Milana. So I definitely recommend that. Another big thing I've learned over the last year is sacrifice. I have so much more respect for my mom since becoming a mom, because I did not realize how much you really have to sacrifice as a mother. You know, you're sacrificing your body, you're sacrificing your time, your sleep, your energy. And even in my case, I had to make a lot of personal sacrifices. Like, I had to basically, you know, drop out of school and start doing online. I had to get a full-time job. I had to just get different priorities. And those are sacrifices that I was, you know, happy and willing to make, but they definitely can be hard at times. But they definitely have made me a better person. And so I don't regret making any of those sacrifices. Another thing that I learned since becoming a mom, and this is a big one, is time management. I had to learn this. Like, I had no other choice, because I've been doing online classes, online school, and basically if I do not manage my time, nothing would get done. So I had to learn that as soon as, you know, I started school. This one was a little difficult to learn at first, because I feel like it goes against my nature. By nature, I am a procrastinator for sure. I never worked ahead on stuff, always waited last minute. Yeah, I could get a little lazy at times when it came to schoolwork, but you know, I had to learn how to just, you know, when she went down for a nap, as tempting as it can be sometimes just to relax and to just chill, take a nap or like whatever, I make it a priority to just sit down and crank out homework. I have been doing really good at like scheduling what I would like to get done for that day and like splitting it up, and that way it doesn't seem as overwhelming. Which at some point in time I'd like to do a video of how I manage school and being a mom, because I feel like I have, you know, the hang of things by now. But yeah, had to learn it. I'm glad I did, and now it makes my life so much easier. Another big thing I had to learn was self-love, and this is probably one of the biggest things that I have learned and that I'm honestly still in the process of learning. I always was someone who was pretty critical about my body and like my appearance, even, you know, before Milana was even in the picture, you know, just like growing up, that was something I was always really insecure about. And I didn't realize how insecure I was about it until I became pregnant, and then, you know, my body was transforming into something I no longer recognized. And at first that was really tough, because, you know, all my friends, you know, they're living their best life and I'm over here like super pregnant. I don't know, like it was definitely challenging at the beginning, especially those early stages when you're like first starting to get your bump and everything. But then, you know, I learned to love my pregnant body, and honestly, I tell this to people all the time, but I think the most beautiful I've ever felt was when I was pregnant, and like pregnant, and I don't know, like I truly did like fall in love with my body. And then then you give birth, and oh my goodness, that is really tough. I did not realize how tough it was going to be until I gave birth. I had to once again watch my body transform into something that I no longer recognized, and that was so difficult. I remember not even being able to like really look at myself in the mirror for like the first couple of weeks, because I was just like, I just was not into it, you know? I don't know what it was. Like I came to a realization where it's like, I don't want to spend the rest of my life like hating on myself. I've been on this journey of loving and accepting myself, because the truth is I'm never gonna look the same that I did before I was pregnant, and that's okay. And honestly, I think I'm the most confident I've ever been in my whole life, and it's just like a really great feeling, honestly. And also, I think that self-love is also so important as a mom, because whether you realize it or not, you're going to be shaping the way that your kids learn to love themselves. And so it's important to show them, you know, to be confident and to love yourself, and that, you know, we're all unique, we're all beautiful and special just the way we are. Self-love definitely is more than just physical. I think along with that comes learning how to have grace for myself, because there are definitely days that I'm not like the best mom, the best girlfriend, you know, the best person, you know, and there's times I have off days, there's times I let, you know, frustration or stress get the best of me. You know, that used to be something that I would dwell on for so long and beat myself up for so long. And I had to learn that, you know, just to give myself grace, and that I'm not always perfect. Although I'm always striving to be better and always striving to grow, I'm never gonna reach perfection. Like, I'm a human being, and I'm, you know, I am imperfect, and that's okay. And the importance is to learn from your mistakes. And so each day I get up, I strive to be the best mom I can be. Some days I'm not, and some days, you know, I'm proud of myself. And the biggest thing is just to love myself despite my flaws and the times that I mess up. The last thing I'm going to share with you is to cherish the moments. And this is something that my mom preached to me basically from the beginning, and it is definitely true. Time flies, and you know, there's always stuff to look forward to with each stage of development, but there's also, in each stage of development, there is something great and awesome and that you're gonna miss once it's gone. It's easy to always wish for the next stage. I remember I used to wish, oh, like, I can't wait till she can sit by herself. Oh, I can't wait till she can roll over. Oh, I can't wait till she can crawl. Oh, I can't wait till, you know, she can walk. And although all of those things are super exciting and super great, you know, there's something to appreciate about each one of those phases. And, you know, you don't want to spend their childhood just wishing for the next stage, because you're going to miss out on the things that are happening right in front of you. Look at the camera! Yay! Look how cute you are! Yay! Yeah, so those conclude the 10 things that I have learned so far in the last year of being a first-time mom. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, as it helps me and my channel. And stay tuned for the next video. Bye! Oh. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'll see you next time.